Good morning, you people. I'm not sure if it's still morning. It might be afternoon, but it doesn't matter because it'll be a different time when you see it. I am all oiled up here. Can you see? My hair looks like it's covered in oil. I did that. I'm not sure if I did that yesterday or if I did it the day before. I know. Pretty sad, huh? But I was trying to get a good oil treatment going on. We'll see what it looks like when I go wash it out. So today is October 11th. Pretty sure. I do lose track of time. Time is elusive, I say. it it leaves you. The next thing you know, it's another day. I had to rhyme. I couldn't help myself. I'm a rhymer. You have to be careful. I was going to say Alexa was chiming in, but she'll ask me. I didn't understand that. If I use her name out loud, she pipes up. I didn't understand what you're saying. I don't know how to help you. Pretty neat invention, Alexa. I mean, really, I need to put her to use.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
See? It's okay, Alexa. You can't help me.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
It's okay. I don't know how to help myself either. I need to figure that out. I'm sorry about pulling faces. I just noticed that the curtain rod is off center. One side is sticking way out, and the other side is sticking a little out. I think. Maybe I've got it all messed up. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. What matters is the time is elusive. And how much time do we have? In the big picture, in the big scheme of things, we got eternity, people. We do not have eternity down here on earth, but we're not going to die. We're going to lay down our body, and then we're going to skip on back home. But we'll probably be there in the twinkling of an eye. We won't have to skip. I said the word probably because I don't know, but I assume. When you lay that body down, I'm not sure. I think you might stick around until you're buried, but I really don't know, and no one's told me that. It's just a thought. Someone might have mentioned that it is a thought. No one said that it is for real. Like when we buried my mother, from the time she died until then, at least, she should have been around. And I should have been talking to her. Now, when I first found out that she passed, I was talking to her because I knew she was in the room. I did. I mean, we got there shortly after she passed. I missed seeing her. But we had called to tell them we were on our way. We were halfway there, a little more than halfway there, but I just wasn't sure we were going to make it. And so I talked to her because I was on speaker. So I went ahead and talked to her on the phone and told her I loved her and that we were coming. She had seen the other children a lot more than me. And so maybe she was just waiting for that voice because she died shortly after that. She was gone when we got there. But at least I did talk to her, and I know she heard me because I was on speakerphone. So how about that? That's a wonderful thing too, speakerphones. Sometimes it's wonderful, sometimes it might not be. Depends on if you want someone to hear what you're saying, right? But I did want my mom to hear me. sad that she had to go through being in a place where I don't think they took care of her like they should have. Because that's just their protocol, Just because you make you hit the button, I gotta go potty, they could be there in a half an hour. There you are. You haven't been able to take care of it. You've had to mess yourself up. That's not right. There should be a way to have the help you need right away. Don't just put them on the back burner. I'll get to you when I can. I know that Dad was, he told me that. They would ring the bell or whatever for them to come because Dad stayed with her. And they wouldn't come, so Dad helped her. Dad helped her to the bathroom, and they got there to get her out. But, it shouldn't be like that. It should not be like that. I know. We can't do any better. We'd have to hire a whole bunch more people. Anyway, Papa Bear's in a good place. He's not in one of those rehabilitation centers where he was. Stinking thinking. People got some stinking thinking. And yeah, they'll be all mad at me. I'm the one with the stinking thinking. Anyway, my dad, unless things have changed anyway, my dad is in a house where he's one of 8 people, not one of many, and many different things, and people are at different levels and stuff like that, but he's getting good care, real good care, and Nathan is real close, and he's there all the time. Not all the time, and then I think it was last week, he was sick, so he wasn't there for the week. They didn't want him to come in. When you're sick, you don't go into a place where you've got people that have, I don't know my right words, compromised immune systems, There I am using that word, Well, I know that I need to take a shower and wash this greasy hair. I'm hoping that my scalp got some of that, I know that my hair has it, but I want it on my scalp. It's just not the easiest thing to do. I really think a second person needs to do it, because then they can see what they've covered, and then they can massage. That should be like a service a person could get. Massage all that oil in your hair, in your scalp, but just can't tell if it's there or not. I know it's in my hair. And I know I'm silly too. I appreciate you people. Thank you for listening. I was looking at my stats for I think it said last week. Did it say last week or last month? Surely last week. I don't know. Nevertheless, I had 26 shares. I love that. Please share me. Please share me if you find something of worth, of value. And there's a lot of value there. But sometimes I'm just full of nonsensical stuff. You just never know what's going to come out of my head, out of my mouth. I don't know, I've got to find something good. I was trying to look. I looked up my stuff, okay? I looked up ether. I looked up ether on Lose Touch. And I didn't find ether 10. So maybe I should look up ether 10 on Lose Touch and see if it shows up. Because I want to finish ether. And I'm pretty doggone sure that I did all of 10 chapters, and there's 15. But I didn't find number 10 in my search. I got my iPad over here. Maybe I should search it again while I got you guys on here. Oh, I can remember being in an airplane and someone sitting over there that had both their iPad and their iPhone going at the same time, and I couldn't understand that, but that's because I wasn't using one, I guess, because it is convenient to be able to use both of them at the same time. And I don't want to really get my glasses on. Let me see what I can do without. Let's do, where's the search at? It's right there. Go up to the search bar. Now see, in my search bar, I've got all kinds that I looked up because I was telling you people to look up Helaman 10, especially you members of the church. But even if you're not members of the church, Helaman 10 is good. And you're going to find that in the Book of Mormon, okay? I'm going to talk about the Book of Mormon a lot. So I've got Helaman 10 on Lose Touch. And then I've got Urim and Thummim on Lose Touch. And let's see. But what I want is ether. Okay, so search. I know, I'm ignoring you guys, but I'm not. I'm talking right to you. And I'm trying to figure out if it's going to show up because I need to find out so I can start where I left off. And as far as I can see, it's ether 9. And I don't think that's right. So I'm going to put ether, which is E-T-H-E-R. And see, the last time I did a search, I just put ether, read by Lou, on Lou's Touch. And so all of my ethers came up, but not number 10. This is after read by Lou. Oh, ether, read by Lou. All right, that's a mess. Because it says ether, read by Lou, on Lou's Touch. And then there's not a space between it, and it says ether 10, read by Lou. Okay, so I'm just going to go. I need a space. I should have put my glasses back on. It's terrible to have your eyes not work so much anymore. Okay, let's see. Ether 10, isn't that what I said? Ether 10. I could just put on Lose Touch and see what shows up. I'm doing my left hand, so I'm not doing very good. Okay, L-O-U apostrophe, is that an apostrophe? I need my damn glasses on, sorry. It's pretty sad. Typing left-handed and not being able to see what I'm doing. Okay, ether 10 on Lou, that was a period. Lou's, T-O-U-C-H, search. Ether 10, Book of Mormon audio. Ah, Book of Mormon, another testament of Jesus Christ. See, these people are not me. Ether 10, Book of Mormon. Where's me? Where is Mary Lou? See, all these other people are showing up and I am not. That ain't cool. Maybe I just didn't do 10, but I know I did. Okay, so let's go back up here. Ether 10. Read by L-O-U on Lose Touch. Search. You know what? The way it's going, it does not look like I read 10, and I know I did. Or in my head I did. Okay. I guess what I'm gonna do is read it again. You know, it's got all these ethers, but it's not showing my face. Little rotten thing. So, it's got to mean that I didn't read it. because I don't know how. Because I'm spelling ether right. It's E-T-H-E-R. Doggone it. Okay, so I'm going to quit messing around there. That's what I've got to do. I've got to look up Ether 10 and read it. I just can't believe that I haven't read it already. And I got hair everywhere. I'm pulling my hair out is what I'm doing. But no, what I'm doing with the, what I need is castor oil, and I can't find mine. I've been through my boxes in a tote, but I still have one suitcase. I know, I'm pretty sure, because I remember packing boxes and putting it in that trailer. And then we unloaded some of my boxes because they were books and put them in a dresser. But I've got all those. But I tried to make sure I had my castor oil. I've just got to have to go get some. I know it's not cheap. But castor oil is supposed to seep into your tissues really deep. You know, like they're saying castor oil can break up lumps and bumps. Now, I said this before. But what she was talking about was cyst and even tumors. Okay? And I was looking on Amazon, and there is a thing where it's got castor, because I looked up castor oil, okay? But there's also a thing for castor oil, I don't know what they're called, but it's the patch. The patch that you put the castor oil on, and then you can put it around different places, and it'll stay. So, like, I saw one that had 4 different ones, like one for around the stomach and probably around your neck, and you can put it wherever you got problems in your breast. If you got if I'd have known about it, I would have been doing that. Castor oil's good. Okay, now we do need to start watching out for things that are in plastic. Plastic, so convenient, so wonderful in its own way. However, it's not. Is not. Plastic is not good, especially for things you're going to take internally. The castor oil, I'm talking about putting it on my body, so maybe it'll be okay. But they are finding, doctors, whatever, somebody had a clog in one of their veins, and it was in the neck, okay? And somehow they shot it out of there. And it was plastic. About the size of a credit card, is what it said. The thickness or whatever, you could smash it out and it would be the size of a credit card. Plastic in our bodies, because they're saying that the microscopic parts, I might not be saying it correct, but the little small microscopic parts of the plastic are seeping out. Like you got food stashed in plastic and you think it's going to be good for a long, long time. Well, it's getting some of that plastic in it. And then you eat it, and then you got plastic, and your body doesn't know what to do with foreign objects. So it stashes it here and there. I don't know who said it. I heard it recently on YouTube. I'm sure it was on YouTube. Sometimes things are on Facebook, but mostly I'm on YouTube, and then I try to share my stuff on Facebook. And yes, right now I'm an oily mess. I'm going to get off of here and go take a shower. I'm hoping it's going to help my hair. I want it to be stronger. I want my follicles to be stronger. And what it's saying is you can regrow. You can regrow hair follicles. I don't know if it's the same one you lost. If you just have follicles that are supposed to be there. But it doesn't matter. I'm still speaking about things that don't matter. I just watched a Hallmark, I think it was a Hallmark movie, I'm pretty sure. But what I did was I stuck my finger on the microphone thing and I said I wanted to watch Hallmark Christmas movies. So maybe that's what it was. It was so cute. It was so cute. And I don't know the name of it. But it was about Cupid. It was just really cute show. I liked it. And I appreciate uplifting things, especially when life can be so hard. But life can be so good. So we just have to choose, right? And although I said the word right, right choices. Make right choices. That's not always so easy to do. That temptation thing can get you carried away. I've been there. Lost a lot of time in my life. I don't want to lose anymore. I need to make the best use of the rest of my time. And I just got off my knees. And I've mentioned this before, people, prayer. Think of it as something that's real. It's your conversation between you and your Father in heaven. And put it in your head that he's there listening. And that it is of worth what you're saying. What I have done recently is just getting right to the point. I've got some things plaguing my mind that are very important to me. And so I've been talking to him about it. There's those two words, you know. Do you guys pray? If you don't, then you don't know. It's not funny. But my point is, a lot of times, I've told you guys the steps to prayer. You call their attention to you, my Heavenly Father. If you're praying for a group, then you say, our Heavenly Father, and then that's where they say amen, meaning they agree with your prayer. They're on board. Anyway, first thing is call their attention, his attention, and then you do thank him for your blessings. Realize that you are blessed. No matter how bad your life is, you're still blessed. Maybe you're blessed with the bad things going on because you're going to come out victorious. Victory. You've learned a lesson. But I think sometimes we learn these lessons over and over again, and I don't like it. Nevertheless, I got some things I got to accomplish. And so it was kind of serious. And I have not been praying until recently to have my cancer removed. Now that's a big want, a big ask. I want to live. I want to live and fulfill my destiny. Maybe I have been. Maybe I am right now, because I am trying to reach out to all you people. You're my brothers and sisters, and nobody's better than anybody else. You just have your name in the limelight, So, and you guys probably do know that you're not all that. You are not all that. It's just that Hollywood has made you think you're all that. And then Hollywood can make or break you, right? The main one you need to worry about, or the main two, is you and God. And what is your life's purpose? And are you fulfilling it? Life's purpose. That could cover a lot of ground, huh? Because we all have a lot of different purposes, especially mothers. Oh my. You women out there that think that the men got it going on and you don't, you're all jealous because they're out having to make the living and do all these things. And I know these days it takes both partners to make the living. And I forgot what I started out with, but don't feel, that's what it was. Don't feel, I mean, if you choose to stay home and be a mom, take care of your family, take care of teaching your children and making them better human beings because of you, because their childhood is important. And the happiness at home is very important. And the job of being a mother, there is not one that is greater. To raise human beings, to raise good human beings. And no, you cannot blame yourself because your child grows up and has to go out and figure out life on its own, because that's what we're here for, okay? I hear that a lot, or I've heard that a lot. Parents thinking that they did something wrong. What did I do wrong? Thinking about what their children are out there doing. But you just got to realize we're all here. Even your children are all here to learn. And learning doesn't stop when you become 18. Or actually, you could say 13, because they quit trying to listen to you. I'm not sure when that stops, when parents become stupid. At first in the child's life, the parent is all that. But as the child grows up, pretty soon they think you're stupid. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing about life. And some maybe they don't. In other words, those who have chosen to stay on the straight and narrow path haven't experienced a lot of things out there that are detrimental to life and to your choices and to where you're going to go when you leave this life. It's important, people. Love yourself. Love your neighbor, which is everybody. Love God. Make your Father in heaven happy by loving his other children, because we're all his children. And so when you treat somebody mean, you think he's not taking account of that? I don't know that he's the one watching over all. But I do know, I believe in angels. I believe in the forces of good and evil. I believe. Okay, so here we go. There's another thought. And yes, I'm going to play with my dirty hair. I've got oil all over it. What was the thought? Silver hair. I got silver hair. I wonder if mine is going to be all the way silver. Yes, I wanted to have my hair just be natural. I just wanted to see how it would go. My grandma, I think, still had black hair at 79. I don't know that that's going to happen for me, but I'm 70, and I have not ever dyed my hair. Right now, it's just got oil in it, and then if you look, you'll see the silver streaks. I've got silver streaks. Maybe one of these days I will go ahead and dye it, but I don't think so. I kind of like seeing what I'm supposed to look like at this age. sitting here pulling things off of me. Okay, so I've talked for 30 minutes. And thank you for those who are sticking with me and checking out my videos. I guess I'm going to read Ether 10 because it does not look like I did. I know I did. So where is it? Why is it not there? I've lost my marbles. I wish I knew the name of that movie. I wanted to share that with you people. But if there's a movie on Hallmark that has to do with Cupid, and it's probably fairly new, I just thought it was cute. That's all. I like cute and lovely and of good report. We seek after these things. It was one of the articles of faith. How does it start out? We believe, okay, I think it might be Article 13. We believe in being honest, true, chaste, benevolent, and virtuous, and in doing good to all men. Remember, men is men and women, okay? This man is human, humankind. And remember the kind word, be kind. Let us oft speak kind words to each other because it makes people feel good. And it makes them, my words are in my head flipping around, you know, I was going to say it makes them happy, but it also makes them interact well with everybody. You know, you lift somebody up and then they're not being so mean. Because we do how we feel. And there are times, man, you be mean to me, I'm going to be mean back. That's just the way it is. So don't do that. Or at least remember that if you do that, that's what's coming. Somebody so full of love can be so full of hate. That's me. I don't know if it's hate, but it's retaliation. It's more retaliation. And we don't want to do that. So what time is it? Let's see. Okay, it's 1:03. I haven't taken my shower. I haven't gone out for a walk. I haven't watched a good movie. And I've had a good talk with somebody. And I've had a good talk with you. So, you know, there's more to life than all kinds. Excuse me, I keep burping. There's more to life than all kinds of things, is what I started to say. But really, you people out there, if anybody gathers any information from me, just be nice. Be nice to your fellow beings. Now, if those beings are being mean and rude, then, you know, what do we do about that? Because the only way you stop that is by being nice. It really is. And how hard is it? It's so hard when someone's being freaking mean. You know, I told you guys this story before. If you go back through my videos, you'll hear all kinds of things. But, you know, God has been with me. He has. I've made some stupid choices. And I mean just individual choices. Boom, you made a choice and you're somewhere where you shouldn't be. I went into a dangerous situation knowing, well, not knowing, I didn't know how bad off this guy was. And I think we'd already parted. But he was doing things I knew nothing about, okay? He was actually into meth. And I don't know if he was doing meth at that time, but he came from the East Coast, and he was a meth head back there. But I didn't know anything about that stuff. I really did not know. That stuff can really mess you up. Some of you people already know that. But it messes with your head. I know all drugs mess with your head. But this is a bad mess. You know? All right. Have you done that? I'm not saying to do that, but I have done it. So I do have some knowledge of it, but I didn't then. So what was I going to tell you? I went into a situation where this guy was berserko. Crazy in the frickin' head. Okay? And not happy that I wouldn't. I was going to rhyme. Be with him in bed. That rhymed. Anyway, I used it different than I was going to, okay? He was staying at a junkyard. I think he might have been working there, and they gave him a room. I don't know, but he had a room, and I went with him there. We was probably supposed to go there and leave, but oh no. He had me pent down on the couch. And he was crazy in the head at that moment in time. And I told him, my life's in danger here, okay? But you know what came out of my mouth? He's right over my face. We're on a couch laying down, and he's got me pent down. And his face is right in mine. And I told him, I said, you are sick. 3 words came out of my mouth. You are sick. And he stopped. He stopped what he was doing, and he let me up because he realized I was right. And God had to have put those words in my mouth. I wasn't screaming or anything like that. I just couldn't believe that he was that sick in the head. So anyway, I don't know what happened after that, but I was with him at that point, so he had to have gotten me back home. But oh my, be careful out there, people. And then you got some crazy loon after you. It's important what you say, isn't it? And if you're peaceful about it, and if you're courageous, and if you believe in God. I really wasn't saying to God, help me get out of here. But I have the Holy Ghost with me. And I do believe that he has helped me through a lot of things. Because I kept getting in stupid situations. Mind-altering drugs. Well, at that time, most of my problem has been with pot. Okay? When I say problem, I love pot, okay? And then I probably didn't have very much of it. Didn't know where to get it. So at that point in time, it was probably alcohol, because that's the one you can get a hold of. And I'm telling you, people, pot's better. Alcohol can be horrible. Anyway, I'm lucky to be alive. In many, many instances, I could tell a lot of stories. And you guys have been through them too, a lot of you. But yeah, let's take someone who grew up in the church and has the light of Christ in them, and then go put them out in the world. See, I got a lot of things going on in my head right this minute because, God uses us to help get to those who need us. You understand? So you must be strong. You must have the armor of God on and believe. And don't go into dangerous situations on purpose, okay? I did it. I don't like I used to do. No, no, no. When I was younger, I was as crazy. Meaning going into situations where I could have been killed and not thinking anything about it. Wasn't thinking about danger. Warning, Will Robinson. Danger approaches. Or you are approaching danger. But I do feel like God has been with me. I know He has. And I'm very appreciative. So anyway, I was talking about prayer and blessings and stuff. Just know that God is there. And even if you don't feel worthy, because I know how that feels too, I wouldn't pray because I didn't feel worthy to pray. So even when I didn't feel worthy to pray and didn't pray, He was still with me. I can tell you, He was. So, love yourself, love God, and love your neighbor. Love your children. Show them that you love them. Hug them, kiss them. Have fun with them. I think the children are home, and here I am still in my room. They get out early on Fridays. So yeah, today is Friday, and it is October 11th. And I am hungry. I should have eaten by now. How dumb I am. I do have a couple boiled eggs down there. I think I will go eat, because I'm feeling like I need to do that. And then I have things I need to do. I need to find my castor oil. I lost all my cozy stuff. I don't know what happened to that. And really, probably should throw it all away, because the cozies that I made, I used stuff that had polyester in it. And if you put polyester in a microwave, you are going to have a fire. Or it's going to melt. I don't know what's going to happen, but they're talking about fire. So I need 100% cotton, 100% cotton batting, and 100% cotton thread. And so there's nothing but cotton for my cozies. So I feel like just throwing them all away. I told myself I just need to tell people that you don't put it in the microwave. You get the bowl out and stick it in it. That's what mine is good for. But when you're getting it out of the microwave, then it can be too hot and burn your hands too. So they're talking about being able to stick the cozy with your bowl in the microwave and pull it out by the cozy. But see, I never thought about doing it that way. I want to pull it out of the microwave and stick it in my cozy. So I just have to tell everybody, but then as time goes on, somebody else might just stick it in there thinking that's what they can do, and then they'll have a fire. So there is that hazard possibility. My cozies are so pretty. But I do. I got to get 100% cotton batting and 100% cotton thread. I think I did have cotton material. But still, nothing like having the seams of your cozy just burn up, right? I know, I keep pulling my hair. It wasn't long ago I was saying how I don't usually find hair in my hairbrush. Well, now I'm finding hair in my hairbrush. And with my fingers, as I pull through my hair, I'm pulling hair out. Anyway, I'm going to hope everything is just hunky-dory and fine. So, you guys have a good time. So 3 is my number. 3. But then 33 and 333 is real special. So what I was going to say something and I knew it was the third time I've said it. Now I don't know what it was. Probably thanks for joining me. Thank you for sharing me. Whoever did that, thank you. I had 26 shares. I wonder what they shared. Oh, okay. Love you guys. Really. That is the point of my channel. Is to share the love. I have a cat as a roommate, okay? And the reason the cat is a roommate is because one of the other cats out there scratched him across the face. And because this cat that is my roommate hisses, then it entices the other one to be mean. And so here I've got a cat. He's on my bed and he's on my mat. He loves that mat. Anyway, a lot of times he'll be over there by the bedroom door. And I open up the door, and on the other side is 2 cats. So they're they play, they got their paws through the bottom of the door, you know, where there's room. They try to play with each other. And I'm already at 46 minutes. I don't know. Let me look and see. I know you guys are ready to go away. What do I need to do? That's YouTube. Get off of there. Oh, wait a minute. That's not YouTube. Well, it's too bad now. It's too bad. Gone. See what's there. I keep commenting on things that I should not comment on because it brings attention. I don't feel free to just say what I want to say. And actually, I'm saying more than I should say. So I'm not supposed to talk. Does that make sense? What's my point? I know I got a point somewhere. I'm excited. I am at 290 subscribers. That's amazing to me. I know my hair's a mess. Everything's a mess. I need to go wash it so I can see what it turns out like. Excitement in the air. There must be. There is excitement in my being. I am excited. I don't look very good though. And I would like to be young again. But see, I know sooner or later I will be. Resurrection Day, okay? When we are resurrected, we will be in our prime. Whatever year that is, I don't know. I'm almost thinking 33. 30s, 40s. When you're 40, you're still young. You might think you're getting old, because you are.